Guys, it's me, Tikaani, and today I want to explore the Amberverse. While you're here, please consider subscribing and reacting to the video. It really helps my little channel grow. This content contains discussions of eating disorders. Remember that you can opt out of this video at any time. I found this TikTok channel called Gore World, and there's this lady named Amberlynn Reid, and I watched one video and I gotta know. She is just so iconic, and I just want to watch a few of the videos, introduce myself to Gore World, so that way, I could know kind of who she is. I want to do a little video essay on her potentially, so gotta know who I'm talking about, right? Let's just go ahead and dive into the Amberverse.
Give me 2 chips, although I asked for an apple, but that's okay. I'm really upset right now.
Someone said you are not upset. She does not look disappointed. I do wonder, if she actually, ordered this. I wonder how much of this is rage bait and how much of this is true. Because I did notice a few of her, things. She always gets the wrong order, or they always give her extra food by accident. Or by accident, sorry. So, it's kind of interesting to see that. But so here she's got 2 chips and a completely different sandwich. How does that even happen? And they messed up my sandwich. How does that even happen? Okay, I've been to many a fast food restaurant. You don't look like this by eating, at home all day. You know what I mean? And I feel like they would never just maybe getting an accident on one chip, I guess. I don't know. But it's just weird. And this is so common. I wonder why it's so common with her. This person said we don't even have a sandwich that has only turkey, bacon, and cheese. That's a custom order. Shaking my head. And to that, I want to actually Google that. They have, okay, so Panera has something called the bacon turkey bravo. Oh, wait. That wasn't cheddar. Or that wasn't white cheddar. That is yellow cheese. That's not white cheddar. Not to be nitpicky. And it is crazy to me because it's why are you lying about it? Just admit that that's what you got. She always gets caught in lies and then people get upset with her. And it's a reoccurring thing. She does this all the time. For Amberlynn Reid, I know that she's really obese. I think she weighs 500 or 600 pounds. I think maybe it was 500. I know that she I've watched a few videos talking about her and stuff. And I know that she started her YouTube career as doing a weight loss channel, and she's infamous for being I'm gonna do this diet, and then literally, not even kidding you, the next video she posts, she's actually I canceled the diet. I'm not doing the diet anymore. It's too hard. And to that, I would say, as someone who is a little chunky monkey, I'm a well-fed fatty. What can I say? I'm well-fed. I'm over 200 pounds. I get it. But I think what Amberlynn Reid probably needs to work on is that instead of going on diets, I think she should just be taught moderation. I don't do well on diets. If I tell myself I'm not gonna have any fried food, you best believe I'm going to Sonic every day to get freaking cheese sticks. They're not even that great sometimes. Most of the time they kind of suck, actually. But, they're my favorite cheese sticks. But you best believe I'm doing that. So, I know diets are really hard. And, when I was on the keto diet, all I wanted was carbs. It's because of that complete elimination of your diet, of something, you're just I will never eat that again. Don't do that. Just take everything day by day. She orders out all of her food. I know that for a fact, because people say that also. I guess I don't know that for a fact, but yeah, it's hard to be on a diet. And I totally, understand. It's really hard to be on a diet. You can't, it's so hard to just, I don't know. There was a while there where I think probably the highest weight I was maybe 230. I'm not really sure, because I don't really weigh myself, because it just makes me feel kind of bad, because it doesn't matter how much I weigh. I'm never gonna be happy with how I look. That's some people struggle with body dysmorphia. I don't know if I have body dysmorphia, but some people struggle with body dysmorphia, and no matter how much weight they lose, they feel like they're still in their larger bodies, and it can make them feel really insecure, and they can be a stick and still think that they're you know, in their largest form. It's just like, you know, something that happens. When we order in, I try to make sure that we pick from a restaurant that's healthier. Not necessarily always. Sometimes I do get a pizza. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I do get a pizza. Okay, but like I found that there's this one restaurant that I absolutely love, and they have the biggest salads I've ever seen in my life. And like they're really good. Right now I'm struggling because I'm autistic, so I have like food hyperfixation. Sometimes my brain just tells me that every food that's not my hyperfixation is poison. Like literally trying to eat anything other than my hyperfixation food makes me want to throw up. And like, you know, it's not fun. That's not fun. You know, it's awful. I think that's like probably the worst part about being autistic, in my opinion. I think it is hard to get on a diet, and I completely understand that, and I completely empathize with Amberlynn as someone who is also fat and who also had struggled with diets and stuff in the past. I just realized that diets aren't for me, and instead of doing diets, I just try to make better choices. Some days we go get a freaking pizza. Some days we go get salad because I want a salad, you know, like it's okay to have those days just as long as you're, you know, you probably don't eat all of pizza in one. So I think that if Amberlynn Reid like really wanted to lose weight, and I don't, okay, to be honest, I don't think she does. Just for the fact that she'll start a diet and the next day immediately quit it. And also, like, she accidentally gets stuff all the time. So it makes me wonder if she's just doing it for rage bait. I mean, it works. So, shit. Amberlynn Reid, I don't understand why you can't just be like, hey, I got this. Like, why? I don't understand why she lies about it. I think she did order those chips, okay? And I think just admit that. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Why aren't you admitting that? Nah, that's what it sounds like.
I ordered a thing of fries, and I only ordered one, but for some reason they gave me two.
Like that? What do you mean? Like, right after I ordered one, and for some reason they gave me two. They're always giving her extra stuff. It's gotta be fake. Because, like, she could just not show it. She could just pretend she didn't get it. You know what I mean? Unless she doesn't realize that she could do that, which is completely possible. I've seen people do dumber stuff, okay? I've seen people do some stupid things, so, like, it's completely possible that maybe she just doesn't know that she doesn't have to share it. Like, just keep it out of frame. It's, like, that simple. I hate to say that. It's just, like, that simple. I don't have a Cheesecake Factory, so. What? I don't know what that is. Is that, like, mac and cheese or something? I don't know what that is. Something covered in cheese. Let's see, there are peas, fried rice, perhaps? Fried rice with something on top, maybe? I don't know why people put peas in fried rice, but they do. So, do you mind?
I'm not eating this.
Okay.
I ordered a thing of...
I like that the comments are like, I will not be eating this on camera. That's what I'm saying. She could just not show the second fry. No. She could just not show the second fry. Why does she do this? That's what I'm saying. Why does she, like, show the fry? She doesn't have to. Oh my gosh.
I don't know what this is. It's two random, Dorito cheesy kinds. I don't know where it came from.
She eats a lot of food that she doesn't know where it comes from. Surely it would have been way better to, like, well, I guess you would have to cook the ground beef yourself. So if she doesn't like cooking, then that's probably why. I was wondering why she got Taco Bell for her taco setup. Like, I bet this is way more expensive. I don't know. You know what? I don't know. I haven't been Taco Bell in forever. So I don't know. It's not my business what people eat. It's like they could do whatever they want. Hey, you know, I eat cottage cheese and Flamin' Hot Cheetos, so I'm not one to judge. Someone said, does she have memory loss in all of her videos? I think she just plays. There's no way she's doing this, like, there's no way it's not intentional. There's no way. I don't believe it. To this person saying she gets triggered by a vegetable, girl, get a grip, you're nearly 35. I don't think really age has to do anything with it. I think that it's hard to change when you don't want to change. And I think Amberlynn Reid doesn't want to change, okay? I think she doesn't want to change. I think she just keeps posting that she's doing diets and stuff. Just to, like, get rage bait, and then she cancels it the next episode, because, like, not even, like, a couple days? You're not even gonna give it a couple days? Like, come on. So, like, I think it's on purpose. But, you know, I also think that, like, she doesn't want to change, which is causing her to continue to gain weight. And, you know, like, I do think that you can have an addiction to food. I mean, I don't know the science behind it. I'm like, don't quote me as gospel or anything, but I do think you can have an addiction to food. It can be a comfort to a lot of people. Like, I used to be a real sucker for like comfort food. Like, if I was feeling really sad, I just ate. Like, if I was feeling happy, I ate. If I was feeling really any emotion, I would eat. I just really liked eating, and I figured out that I can't have like certain snacks around my house. Like, I cannot be contained. If there is a bag of chips that I like in my house, they're gone. I will eat those things. Like, I cannot like pull just a few chips out of a bag and be fine and be like, okay, I'm gonna put this to the side and be fine. I can't do it. Like, I just have no self-control when it comes to that kind of stuff, and that's something that I struggle with. And because of that, I don't really keep chips in my house. Like, you know, I try to make purchases that I know would be better for me. Like, love oatmeal. I mean, I can't bring myself to eat breakfast most days usually, but like, I love oatmeal. So I have like tons of cinnamon apple oatmeal in the fridge ready for me to dump my little pouch in it and use my post-boiled water. It sucks that I can't have chips in the house, and my partner has like a sweet tooth. He loves sweets so much, and we can't have sweets in the house. I don't like sweets anyway, so don't get me wrong, I love a good cake. If you get something real moist, I like that. I am not a fan of icing though. I don't want it to be too sweet, but I love a good cake. For me, what made me want to change actually, and I hate saying this because I feel, I don't know, I don't know if it's like mean to say, but like watching Amberlynn Reid, because I've been watching like videos talk about her and stuff, and how like she keeps starting diets and canceling. That's why I know about that, and how like, you know, she's gained so much weight over the years, even more. She weighs like way more than her heaviest she used to weigh, I guess. But like seeing her do this, it kind of made me want to eat better. Cause like I could see myself kind of going in her direction. So I do try to eat better. Like, I'm not like out here eating the greatest stuff ever. And it's hard for me to work out, like, you know, as someone who is chronically, I don't want to say broken, just held together by duct tape, maybe. Held together by not WD-40. That's the eat ooh thing where you spray the door that goes eat ooh, ooh, like that song. There's this pasta. I think it's called bazana? I don't know, something like that. It's vegetables. Like, it's vegetables. Like, it's made of vegetables, which makes it a healthier pasta, but it tastes just like pasta. I think that's really what helps me a lot, is I just find foods that taste like foods that I like. You know, like I don't try to eat things in healthier ways if it's gonna taste bad. Like, I'm not out here about to get a pizza with no cheese on it, or like a crustless pizza. I'm not doing that. Okay, it's not as enjoyable as a delicious, and it just makes me want more pizza, you know? What I'm trying to say is that I like foods that taste good. I'm not trying to make them taste like something that they're not. That's where, like, I feel like a lot of people go wrong, is they're trying to make pizza out of freaking cauliflower and low fat, no fat, cheese, vegan, dairy free, whatever. And it doesn't taste like pizza, so it's just like a disappointing experience. But if you eat like grilled cauliflower and like season it and stuff, it's really good. Just cauliflower is just really good. What do you guys think? Do you like to find foods that taste like foods you enjoy, or do you take the time to try new foods to see what you like that's healthier? I think that she will regret, like, because obviously as you age too, another thing is like, if your body hurts now, you gotta kind of figure it out, because as you get older into your like 50s or 60s, it's kind of harder to, you know, make your body feel better when it's like if it's like, oh, you gotta posture up, you know, you gotta sit properly, you gotta have like lumbar support, you gotta have like stuff like that. Like it's the little things every day that can lead to the biggest changes. And I don't think that Amberlynn Reid knows that it's the little things that can uh do the big change. I was just looking at her. Okay, hold on, look at this. I was looking at her fridge, okay? Well, not her. I was just looking back here. I'm wondering if there's anything back there. I'm just nosy. I think that's tuna cans. Ooh. Ooh. I did. Oh my god. When I was younger, oh my god. When I was younger, well, not younger, when I was 18, my favorite food, my hyperfixation food was egg salad. Can we all give a moment of silence for my husband who had to be married to me in my egg salad years, where, well, not years, but egg salad year, where I would eat egg salad every single day. Alright, moment gone. We've all apologized. If you're gonna eat these things, that's fine. You just gotta make sure you're getting vitamins in like different ways, you know? If you have to take extra supplements, that's okay, you know? Like some people just don't like do proper supplements. I don't go outside enough, okay? I don't go outside enough. But if I go on my back porch like in the evening, the sun hits my porch perfectly so I can get some sun there. But like I don't go like out in the sun a whole lot. So I have to take like vitamin D supplements. Like I take like a giant one every like Thursday or something because they have to keep prescribing them to me because I'm terrible at it. But like, you know, I mean, I'm trying to sit on the porch in the evening, but also like I have my freaking dermatologist being like, "Hey, you're immunocompromised. You're more likely to get skin cancer." And I'm just like, and then my other doctor's like, "Go out in the sun a little bit," you know? And it's like, like sometimes I don't remember to put on like, I barely remember to take my medication. And I'm supposed to remember to put on sunscreen. And do you know what sunscreen feels like on your skin? Awful, 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 awful. The sunscreen is like the worst feeling on your skin. I hate it. I hate it. But yeah, I feel like Amberlynn Reid's gonna like regret like just feeding into this stuff and just continuing to do it instead of changing. But, you know, all you can do is really just hope for the best. Like, you know? I don't think us saying anything's gonna change anything.
2 boxes of bacon, some individual original.
So the bulldog ramen, I've never had that, but I used to eat Nongshin ramen, and the black spicy one, absolutely freaking fantastic. That one's so good. I haven't had it in a while because it also makes my tummy hurt really bad. So I can't eat that many carbs lately because it makes my tummy hurt. I still do. I think it's good that she bought these in the little cup things. I mean, if you need to have portion control, that's, you know, this is a great way to do that. So I think this is great.
Onion ones, Nutty Buddies. Last but not least, some of these beef and bean frozen.
I see these all the time at the store, and I just, they do not look good. But now I kind of want to know. Oh no, there's no sound to this one? Fine, I'll read it. I did order dinner, and I wanted to show you guys what I got. That guy. I did order from the Cheesecake Factory, and I've got something I've never had before. It kind of, from the description, reminded me of like a poke bowl. Oh, I guess this is what she got. I don't know. I mean, I guess you... I don't know. I don't know if that would be more of a poke bowl. I guess I don't know what's in a poke bowl. I don't need poke bowls. Poke bowls. Alright, let's see. There's like crispy teriyaki chicken is the way they described it. Rice, avocado, kimchi, cucumber. So let's do a taste test. There's also pickled onions. Yes, chicken first. Now we're gonna do a bite with all the goodness. What the heck? Kimchi. Kimchi's my favorite thing though. Avocado and more chicken. I see some mushrooms, some edamame. Chef's kiss. Good. See, like that's perfect, you know? And I mean, yeah, the chicken is breaded. I could see that obviously being bad to have like the breaded chicken, but like you just gotta look at it like she had all of these vegetables, okay? Assuming she ate the whole thing, she still had all of these vegetables. And that's great. Hold on. Clap for Amber. Yay, Amberlynn! Woo! you. I'm so happy for you. Eating vegetables and kimchi and mushrooms. I'm guessing those are the mushrooms. I'm not gonna lie. This kind of makes me want to go to Cheesecake Factory because that does look pretty good. So, you know, good for her. And she liked it. Like, look, it doesn't look that, like, unhealthy. I wouldn't say that that's, like, too bad. Like, I mean, if she, not that she should eat that every day. I'm not saying she should eat that every day, but not the poke bowl. Is that not what it's called? It's not a poke bowl? Poke? I think it's poke. Poke. Chicken creeps her out. Actually, all meat does. But she constantly eats out and is eating some form of meat. Does she not realize she is being inconsistent with her lies? Yeah, she does lie a lot, which I think is crazy. Cheesecake Factory is egregious? What does egregious mean? Isn't that like a bad? Yeah, bad. Outstandingly bad. Shocking. I don't understand how this would be, shocking or anything. I mean, if she's out there eating McDonald's, I don't think there's anything wrong with her eating, like, stuff like this. Oh my god. With the outhouse shirt? No. I didn't even think about that. I do love this shirt, though. It does look pretty good on her. I love that. And I love the little moon thing. But not the outhouse. They called it an outhouse shirt.
No big deal.
Not the cottage cheese and Doritos. Is that cottage cheese? Or is that rice? If that's cottage cheese, you stay away. You stay away from my snack. Okay? I don't need it ruined. Don't ruin cottage cheese and Flamin' Hot Cheetos for me. So if you eat 7 of those mini chocolates, doesn't that mean that you're basically eating 2 normal-sized chocolate bars? We don't know nutrition like she does.
So that means in half a year I've gained 40 pounds about.
And 6 months ago was when she first began dating old Tommy Swami the feeder. But
Oh, yeah. So, one of the documentary things about Amberlynn Reid I watched alleged that Tommy over here apparently was married or dating someone that was Amberlynn's size, and they passed away from like a heart attack or something, I guess. And people are saying that Tommy probably like fed her to death. And I don't know about that. Like, you know, I mean, bigger people would have a higher risk of heart attacks, I assume. I don't think you could just keep, well, I mean, I guess if they ate more, sure, but like, so I don't know about that. If that's true, yikes. If that's not true, it sucks that people keep saying that. I don't know what's true or not. I don't know Tommy. I don't know this person, but I do know that that's what people are saying, and I'm just saying what people are saying, but I'm saying it's all alleged. I also heard that Amberlynn, that she has to have people help her wipe. If she has to have people help her wipe, I would assume that she would have to have people help her shower. Like her, a few of her past partners came out and said that they had to help her wipe. And not to be dramatic, but like, no. That would be awful. That would be awful. I could not do that. I could not have someone help me with that. I think that would be too embarrassing. Like, no. I don't know. It sucks that she has to go through that, if that is true and they didn't lie about that. But, I mean, I think at least, I remember specifically at least 2 of her exes came out and said that. I think there were more, but I don't remember for sure, but I know at least 2 came out and said that. But, like, yeah, like, no, that'd be awful. And also, someone needs to gift this lady a bidet, okay? If she can use a bidet to wipe her cheeks, she doesn't have to have someone else do it. I'm sure she's got enough money to buy a bidet. You can get a bidet for, like, probably, like, $100. Okay, I'm sure. Like, my bidet, I think, was $250, but it's because it's a toilet seat. I bought it, like, years ago, too. But it's a toilet seat, and with the toilet seat heats up, and it heats up the water, and it lights up my toilet bowl, so I can find the toilet in the dark, and that's why it costs $250. I tell you what, though, that heated toilet seat, a heated toilet seat will change your life, because every time I have to go sit on a cold toilet, I swear to God, my non-existent gonads, like, get sucked in my body. If I was a man, my gonads would just go whoop right up in my body, but I am not a man, so I don't have gonads to zoop up in my body.
Chocolates.
I'm gonna have 3 of these little mini, and I'm saying mini. Like, look how tiny.
I think that is an issue too. There's no point in buying the mini stuff if you're just gonna have like a whole, well, I mean, I guess there is. It's still, it's hard because it's like, I feel like maybe Amberlynn might have a hard time with like sweets and stuff. So I feel like maybe she should try to keep them outside of the house and that might help her. Like chocolate bars, oof, oof. I'm not a big fan of chocolate, but I get it. Sometimes you can't have things in your house because you just tear them up, and I get that.
3 of these like itty bitty little Milky Way minis, a little itty bitty Snicker. I've been eating a few pieces of chocolate every single night, and it hasn't derailed my weight loss at all. I'm just very, very proud of myself.
I mean, yeah, you could have chocolate every day. I'm trying to be supportive without being too mean, but you know, I just think that maybe someone that lives with her should be like, hey, let's not have chocolate in the house, you know? Like, it's clear that it's hard for you. And that's understandable. This person said, only 83 more pounds to go, y'all. Let's make it to 600, Amberlynn. No backing down now. It kind of sucks that people comment this kind of stuff. It makes me feel sad for Amberlynn because I'm sure she's not happy about gaining weight, but I guess she did talk about that in a way that's like positive, like she's proud of herself.
I think gaining 40 pounds is super freaking easy to do.
I don't think gaining 40 pounds is super easy to do. But gaining weight is much easier than losing weight. Like, there was a while... No, okay. Like, not to make this all about me, but it's me. I get to be all about me. No, just kidding. But, like, you know, when I was hospitalized for malnourishment and, like, dehydration, when I couldn't eat or drink anything, when I did finally eat food, like, my weight just skyrocketed. And I mean, I was also on steroids because I was like so sick and so like thin and like struggling so much, and my terrible doctor, instead of giving me medication that helped, just gave me steroids. So like I was on Medicaid, so my doctor didn't seem to care enough about me to actually give me medications that actually worked. He just kept prescribing me steroids. With my steroids, I went from, I didn't even fit in my wedding dress because literally in June, which is my birthday month, by the way, I bought my wedding dress in June. I was probably hospitalized for a week around there. I didn't get it like resized or anything because I didn't think about it. But in September, when I actually did get married, like my wedding dress was probably like 2-3 sizes too small because I had gained so much weight. And it sucked. Like, I'm not gonna say I was embarrassed because it's not, you know, it's not embarrassing. I don't think being fat is embarrassing. I don't think gaining a lot of weight is embarrassing. You know, sometimes your body just does that, and my body was like, hell yeah, we're about to hoard every bit of calorie that came in this body, like, you know, and I was finally actually eating again. I got fatter, and that sucked, but I was also extremely sick, and every time I've been skinny mini and a better, healthier looking body size, I've been extremely sick, and probably and recently been in the hospital or hadn't eaten anything. So I don't think skinny equates to healthy. You can be fat and still be healthy. But I do think maybe don't eat 7 chocolate bars every night. I don't know if she said every night, but she says she has chocolate every night. So hopefully it's not, she doesn't have 7 chocolate bars every night. That would be rough. I mean, like, look, she's walking out of the house and stuff, and I think that's good. It's good to, like, get out of the house. Look, she's having such a good time. Like, this is cute. I love this kind of content. Like, I think this is good for her. She's getting out of the house. She's dancing at whatever cage is, whatever this place is. She's having fun. And that's great, you know? This person says, the way Salami just rubs all up on her rolls kills me, especially swearing up and down she's not a feeder. And the way she eyes her up and down. I mean, maybe she just really loves Amberlynn, and I think that's a beautiful thing too if she is. Well, I'm sure she does. She's dating her. I would never want to assume that someone dating someone didn't love them, so.
I just weighed in at 550, and that's the highest I've ever weighed. 554.4 pounds. I will be 600 pounds if I don't stop. Almost positive I'd make it to 700.
Isn't that sad to, like, see? Man, I feel so bad for her. For me, I can't count calories. I don't do well with counting calories. That just doesn't work for me. So maybe she should try different things. Like, oh my gosh. I would love to like just talk to her and just be like, try this. Like actually give her some advice instead of like, you know, like the people, this, I think her angel number is 555. She's so proud of literally everything she does for no reason. And this person, like, yeah, I feel bad for her. Losing weight, it's not easy. It isn't easy. And this person saying she has a food addiction, it's just like any other addiction. I feel bad for her. I do think food addiction is a serious thing. Like, it is a real thing. Maybe, ooh, if she watches, like, the 1,000-Pound Sisters, that might, like, inspire her because both those ladies were over 500 pounds. I think that's why they're called the 1,000-Pound Sisters, and they lost weight. You could have gastric bypass, and like that would help. But to get gastric bypass, you have to lose a certain amount of weight. You have to show that you're wanting to change. So like on that show with like the weight loss doctor, My 600-Pound Life, I think it is, like he'll make them like lose 20 pounds before he can do it. And another thing is, which I don't know how many of you actually know this, but the fatter you are, the more you weigh, the more likely like going into surgery, you can die from it. Like that's just, you know, that's just like something that can happen. It's not like everyone who's fat and gets surgery is going to die. It's just that it increases your chance of complications, and some of those complications can lead to death. It's not necessarily that the people are overweight and that's why they're gonna die in surgery. It's just that the more overweight you are, the more likely you'll have complications. Also, I've learned that if you're like, if you're really obese and they need to do surgery on you, they will literally, they have to like, tip you to like move your stomach, but then they have to pay attention that like, you're not like gonna like choke to death because of like, because of your weight going up on you. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I don't do surgeries and stuff, but like, man, like I just could not imagine being like Amberlynn Reid being 550 pounds. Like that, like that's just devastating. I think that's so sad. Just making like little changes, like for example, I might leave the house just like not only to get some sun, but instead of ordering in, me and my partner will go out and get something, or we'll go somewhere that has cheaper food that we can eat there. Like there's this place in my town that has pho. If you don't know what pho is, well, sometimes they call it pho. My uncle's from Laos and he calls it pho, and I'm gonna believe him. So but like with pho, it's just like rice noodles and like a delicious broth, and then they put like raw beef in it, but because the broth is so hot, it cooks the beef. It's very thinly sliced beef, so it cooks it. And then it has like bean sprouts, bay leaves, you could add jalapenos in it, like just a bunch of like that kind of stuff, and it is so good, dude. Like it is so good. I love pho so much. I could literally eat it every day. We go so much to that restaurant to get pho that every time I walk in, they're like, "Hey, you want a Coke?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, I want a Coke." And they're like, "Hey, you want that pho Thai?" And I'm like, "You know I'm getting a pho Thai." And yes, I do drink soda when I go out to restaurants and stuff. Sometimes we have soda at the house. We have soda here, and I do struggle a little bit with soda in the house too. So after we run out this time, we will not be replacing the soda. But like I have like a 24 pack of Monsters. I can control myself when it comes to Monsters. I can't control myself usually when it comes to soda, but I've been doing really good. So I just haven't been like really wanting soda. But I also drink like Coke Zero. I know that like diet soda isn't necessarily like healthier than regular soda, but you know, at least it's zero sugar. So if I'm gonna drink soda, you know, yeah, it's good to be out and just like in the sun, even if out is like going to the mall and walking around the mall maybe, or even just like go like they had a bird fair. I didn't get to go because I was sick, but like they had a bird fair, which I went last year, and I got to see some birds. And I'm just saying, birds are pretty cool. So, you know, it was fun to walk around and interact with a bunch of birds and stuff. And was I tired by the time we got home because there was so much walking? Hell yeah, I was tired by the time we got home. But I felt great the next day, you know. Sometimes you're a little sore, and that sucks too, but, you know.
So much that I can no longer be down a really big weight.
So I found on a website called northwesternmedicine.org. It talks about that your body will naturally fight weight loss. as like your metabolism slows down to store the fat, which is probably like, you could think of things such as like the Great Depression when we were really low on food, or any of like the famines, or like any time there was a drought where we just couldn't have food because we couldn't make it, or grow it, or whatever the reason may be. So obviously our bodies will want to store that and keep that safe. I'm not saying that that is why there's evolution and this is the cause of it. I'm not saying that. But I am saying that, like, you know, it is something that has happened to us quite a bit. So our body does try to preserve fat for future energy, just as this article is saying. But it was interesting to me because I see that it says your metabolism will slow down to store fat. Your hormones will increase your drive to eat, which I think is very interesting. It says metabolic compensation isn't the only way that your body can prevent weight loss or encourage weight gain. Fat cells produce leptin, which tells your brain when you're full. Fat cells shrink when you lose weight, producing less leptin, which means that you don't feel as full. Your stomach produces ghrelin, which tells your brain that it's time to refuel. When you lose weight, your ghrelin levels rise, making you want to eat more often. Really, for people that have like binge eating disorders, they would definitely really struggle with this, as you're gonna want to eat more often. Losing weight makes your body like go into, you know, what the heck's going on? Why aren't we eating anymore mode? And like for me personally, since I fluctuated so much between like really fat and really skinny, like my weight really had a hard time kind of ending somewhere. But like for the past like 5-6 years, I have been able to maintain 210, 220. And it says, you know, weight loss impacts your brain. When you lose weight, the part of your brain that regulates food restraint becomes less active, meaning while you're eating more to feel full, you're also less aware of how much you're eating. Obviously, genetics play a role, and there's like 400 genes that have been linked to obesity and weight gain, which is cool, that affect appetite, metabolism, cravings, and body fat distribution. And your body gets extra prepared for your second try. If you've lost weight in the past by exercising or changing your diet and try to use those strategies again, your body in dash, mainly hormones and metabolism, will adjust to prevent similar damage, and you'll see fewer weight loss results. So I think definitely with Amberlynn Reid is that because her weight like has it's gone up because she keeps trying to do the same diet, and her body has literally got used to it and doesn't like want her to lose weight, because like your body is designed to use calories and use food as energy. So when you're taking away food and stuff, it can feel really difficult and to stop eating, but you have to. And like I said, it can be really hard, and maybe Amberlynn needs to go to like an inpatient place or something. I don't know, like I'm not her, she can do whatever she wants, she's a full grown adult. But I am saying that weight loss can become increasingly more difficult the longer that you're doing it. And to me, in my opinion, non-professional, I think that it's more important that you take every day as it is and just try to make the right choices for that day, such as making sure you eat vegetables, such as going out in the sun and soaking up some rays, such as getting some fresh air, or, you know, going for like a short walk. Just all of those things, you don't have to do them. You don't have to commit to doing them every single day right now, but making the changes every now and again could work you up to making those changes every day, because it becomes more natural. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm sure I'm wrong about stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to share this little article that I found.
It tastes like watered down like cherry medicine.
Ugh.
You can drink it? Oh, I will drink it.
And her and Salami Stick.
What do you mean you're gonna drink that? I hate cherry flavoring and strawberry flavoring. I love cherries, I love strawberries, but cherry flavoring and strawberry flavoring, gross. I do not like that. This is a CBD pen. I have my vices where, like, you know, I'll smoke marijuanas. I say it like that because I like to. Just so you know. But like I smoke marijuanas, you know, and that's not healthy. And actually I have learned recently that if you smoke marijuana, like a lot of marijuana daily, I guess a black spot can like form on your brain, and it can actually like, it can hurt your mental like cognition and stuff like that. I had noticed that I had been struggling to like think and like function as much as I used to and stuff. So I stopped smoke, well, not stopped, but I smoke way less marijuana. I don't smoke marijuana during the week. I'm trying not to smoke marijuana during the week, but I have a CBD pen, which is vaping and is not that much better, but at least if you know, there's a little black spot forming, at least it's gonna go away. Because for THC, you just need to like stop taking it for like whatever amount of time. Like they say like a couple days, but I don't think it's that bad to like stop for like a week or however long you need to stop. I was totally one to say you can't be addicted to marijuana. That's stupid. But I do feel like I am like addicted to marijuana. If it's in front of me, I will smoke it. I definitely do think I am really addicted to vaping, so I even bought like a fume thing so I have something to smoke on that isn't actually smoke. It's just like air that you suck in. Flavored air, I guess. But I recognize that, hey, you know what, I've been hiding behind, well, marijuana isn't addictive, so clearly I'm not addicted to it. How could I be addicted to it? Marijuana isn't addictive. But if I can't function without it every day, and like I will literally go out of my way to grab it constantly, even when I put it up and tell myself I don't want it for a few days. I mean, I think like I wouldn't say like that's an addiction, but it's definitely a strong dependency, and that is a problem. And so like to be completely vulnerable, like I had a problem with marijuana, so I try to smoke. I don't smoke flower at all. I only smoke the vape pens. I had to cut down from dab to flower, and then from flower to vapes, and then now I am sliced between THC vapes and CBD vapes. But like CBD, it's like you still get the benefits of like the stopping of the inflammation and stuff, which is something I struggle with. My health condition is inflammation, and it helps me just like relax a little bit. But yeah, like I smoke CBD now. I don't shame anybody that smokes marijuana, because I think marijuana is still great. Hi, Allie. I think marijuana is great. Like, I think it's a good thing for people, and, like, if someone wants to, like, smoke it and stuff. Same with alcohol. Like, you know, everything is good in moderation, you know? It's all about those little increments of working your way out. Like, whoops. Another thing, too, is that I have, because I have OCD, so I have a lot of issues with list making. Oh man, I will remake a like OCD. One of the common issues is like excessive list making, and oh man, I could write lists for hours. Like I could rewrite the list because my brain's like, well, if I don't write it the perfect way, then I probably won't do it, which is silly. It's just my brain being goofy. But I could write lists for hours, man. Do I love writing a good list. But with my OCD too, and ADHD, is that I bite my nails a lot. So like my nails are like really short. So I bought nail polish and I painted all my nails, and I don't bite them because nail polish is gross. So that's stopping me from biting my nails. But it's just like things like that. You need to do things that force yourself to make changes. Like if you want to eat healthier, make sure that your healthier food is more readily available than the junk food, you know? If like you want to do things like that. Hi baby. Aw. What, you want to get up here? Okay. Come on. You want to watch Amberlynn Reid with me? Okay. We're watching it. It's right here though. It's up here. This is Allie. She's my baby.
Prove to the haters that she's Moneybags McGee.
Moneybags McGee.
So I won $800.
That's awesome.
Freaking idea, because I was just so confused. And that just made me so happy.
That is so awesome to like win $800. That's fucking awesome. Good for you, Amber. Oh, do you want to get back down? No? Okay. Fine. Can I? I'm trying to get around her big ass head. Yes, I am. This is a bowl of instant mashed potatoes with some shredded cheese. What's up with the sad music? My calories.
not by like a lot, but definitely by like 500. Just got done weighing myself, and we're just gonna get straight to that because I was really nervous, because most of you will know that you lose weight while you're sleeping. That definitely helps with the weight loss process. I only slept 2.5 hours, and on top of that I had McDonald's for one of my meals, and I wasn't wanting to have any like fast food like that for at least the first 30 days. And on day 2, I had fast food.
Yeah.
I still counted my calories, but still, it's a lot of sodium. And then it's just like, I didn't get much sleep, so I was scared. But I weighed in at 562.8, so I literally didn't lose anything and didn't gain anything. So that makes me feel like if I wouldn't have had McDonald's and if I would have slept longer, I would have been down at least something.
At least you didn't gain anything. That's good. That's good. Do you want to get down or something? What is going on here? What is going on here? No. Okay. Okay. I don't know what you want from me, kid. I don't know what you want from me. But I do think it's good that, like, you know, like at least she didn't like gain any weight. That's good. That's good. I don't know, I don't know about the lose weight when you're sleeping. This person said, lose weight while you're sleeping. By that logic, I'd be freaking skinny. I know. When I was like really depressed, I slept like every day. Like I would just sleep constantly. And obviously that's not good. I mean, at least she didn't gain any weight. It's sad. She said how, like, on the second day, she said she doesn't want to do fast food for 30 days. And then on the second day, she broke down and had fast food. That's why I'm saying, like, diets don't work for some people. You can't just eliminate things, you know? Instant mashed potatoes are gross. Oh, man. Ugh. Ugh. But I understand not everybody wants to cook, like, not everybody wants to sit and boil water and cook regular potatoes and make them mashed, but oh man, regular mashed potatoes, way better than instant mashed potatoes. Way better. And actually, potatoes are really good for you too.
I woke up today with my tape leaked. Do you guys remember the whole cookie crumble cookie extravaganza?
No.
Well, I got creative and made a little seductive cookie taste test, if you will. So since my cookie crumble cookie video was sent out, I know it's from a very bitter person, Erica, just know that you are pathetic, and that is illegal. I am confident in that video. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm confident in it. I still stand by that. I even said, you know what? I'll show it my damn self. But I never said I would show it for free.
You get that bad, girl. Can I put you down, please? He's filing a lawsuit also. That's she feels violated. We saw this unprompted. She leaked it herself. Be so for real. I don't know if that's true. The way she says cookie crumble cookie pisses me off. Curiosity killed the cat. Curiosity's killed the cat. No, I don't want to look it up. I don't want to look it up. I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna look it up later. I can't. I can't. What do you mean? I gotta look it up. I have to. I don't know what it's gonna be. I just want to know because I want to look it up and by myself, so that way if it's like something like crazy, I could just exit out of it and pretend I never saw it. Cookie crumble cookie. I love that. I love cookie crumble cookie extravaganza.
Do you guys remember the whole cookie crumble cookie extravaganza? Well, she's back.
Now this is the woman potentially responsible.
Wait, so does that mean it happened twice? Hold on. I just want to highlight this comment real quick, because so you can notice it too. With the scrunchie bouncing around her head. I love it.
Who some of you might know as Valentine. During that time, we never met in person, so we had to get creative. I knew that Erica's favorite dessert was a crumble cookie crumble, and I got creative and made a little seductive cookie taste test, if you will. So since my cookie crumble cookie video was sent out, I know it's from a very bitter person, Erica, just know that you are pathetic, and that is illegal.
I love the way her scrunchy hair looks. Yes, releasing somebody's sex tape without their permission is illegal. It could be called revenge porn, I believe. But you know, I actually don't think there's anything wrong. I mean, I don't know what the video is, so I don't know. I don't know what the video is. But, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with Amberlynn making, like, a seductive cookie crumble cookie video, you know? Like, you know, that's, you know, if that's what she wants to do, if that's what her and her partner's like, I love that for her. You know, you could do that. There's nothing wrong with that. I am very like sex positive. So I don't think there's anything wrong with making a little seductive cookie crumble cookie video. I don't know how you would, but like what did she do to that cookie though? I'm thinking about it now. And what, she just eat it sexily, I guess? I mean, that's a thing. I've seen like the commercials where they have a sexy woman bite into like a huge sandwich that's like this big and goes honk, and then like all the sandwich juice goes down or something. I'm glad that like she was confident and she felt good in that video, and I'm so glad she's not ashamed.
I'm confident in it. I still stand by that. I even said, you know what? I'll show it my damn self. But I never said I would show it for free.
So, okay, so I guess she's selling it somewhere. She was so upset about the video being leaked, she used it as the thumbnail for her latest video. What a goon. Because 0 goddess bucks were made. Oof. She's too casual and laughing about it. Seems like she's not really bothered. She probably knew it was happening. Cookie crumble cookie. I do like that. You know the song that goes apple pen, pineapple pen, pen pineapple apple pen. Do, 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 do. That song? Oh, love that song. I love that song so much. Look! Yes!
It's so good.
Yes!
I haven't had a salad in, I don't know, it feels like forever.
I wonder why she said that. It seemed like she was about to say when the last time she had a salad was. I haven't had a salad in, and then she kind of paused, and she said it feels like forever. I wonder if it was a bowl of ranch with lettuce sprinkles. Okay, to be fair, you know, if you have to dress up your salad to eat it, that's totally fine. Hot tip, replace mayo with olives so you can still get that kick you need. Those black olives always give the kick you need. Okay, I guess maybe I just didn't get that far in the video. I don't know what they mean. But I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, you know, drowning a salad in dressing as long as you're eating those vegetables, you know? As long as you're eating the vegetables. It's better than, you know, a bunch of fried stuff.
This is my meal for the day. If I get hungry later, I'll probably have some olives.
It's good that she's eating the salad. I also don't think there's anything wrong with getting a salad and pasta. If she wanted the pasta and she was like, you know what, I'm gonna get a salad, you know, and then eats the salad, as long as she's getting vegetables in her, I think that's fantastic. Like, that's good for her. I'm glad she's eating vegetables. You know, it's okay if she had to have pasta with it.
I ordered Wingstop. I got some wings. And then I also got some corn on the cob. These are Cajun seasoned.
With the wings, oh, the thing, not like her eating them grossed me out, but just like the idea of touching wings with my hands. Oh, like when I eat wings, I pick off the meat with a fork. Judge me. I think that these people that are being like, oh, all that ranch, that's messed up, like, you know, or like being, not that they're all upset about the ranch, I'm not saying that, but like, you know, bowl of ranch, like, at least she's eating like vegetables, and I think that's really good. Convincing yourself that a salad is healthy and then you drown it in high-calorie dressing is diabolical. Again, you know, at least she's eating vegetables, and I think that's good for her. You know? That's good. I don't understand why people are saying black olives give it the little kick you need, you know, instead of mayo. What does that mean? I'm not in on the joke. But it probably means something.
In case you've been tuned out of the Amberverse, here's a recap of what old girl has been up to this holiday season. She dipped a slice of pizza into some Cool Ranch.
Oh my god, I forgot about that! It was so funny! Oh my god, Amberlynn Reid cracks me up. I'd rather watch what other people say, because who knows? She's just gonna lie. I want to see the stuff. Like, surely she's not gonna post everything that other people posted. She also turned off the comments. But, like, this... I like the compilations, okay? This is the funniest video to me. I love this video, okay? I gotta be honest. I love this video. I think this is satire. I don't know. But I think it's super funny.
So my favorite snack is carrots and ranch, but I didn't have carrots. I had this pizza. And I didn't have ranch, but I had the Cool Ranch Doritos.
I had Cool Ranch Doritos. It's funny, not funny, haha, but funny, sad. When she says that she is, like, struggling with her weight loss journey because she's still doing what she's always done. You know, that's the definition of insanity, though, doing the same thing and expecting a different result. And her weight is going up and down and stuff, but she says she's eating healthy, which, debatable. But But that's, you know, that at least she's having a salad, and I think that's great. And like sometimes you just need to admit that a certain thing isn't working, you know, and try something different. Oh no, the sound isn't available. Smelling the egg right off the back. I honestly love boiled eggs. So this is how it looks. All you have to do is take this off, make it pretty easy to make this, honestly. Mustard, hit or miss for me. Some I like, some I don't. Oh, mustard greens? I'm actually kind of nervous because it doesn't look the greatest, but it smells good. That's good. That's great. Yay! Yay! Oh my god! Yay! Oh my god. Yay! Okay, I love this. I think this is a great video. Look at her go! Oh my gosh, look at her go! She's really getting in there, and that's freaking awesome, bro. It's unfortunate that even when she does eat like this, she has to deal with comments like, you know, the person saying, meanwhile, the pizza's on the way. No, which could be true or it could not. I don't know. It would probably be really disencouraging. It would probably be really unencouraging to like read this kind of stuff a lot. So I do wonder if she boiled eggs aromatherapy. I do wonder how much of the comments she reads. Her comments on her TikTok are turned off, so you don't get that. This was part of a really long live stream where we explored a whole bunch of stuff. So, you know, if you wanted to follow my Twitch and join the live sometimes, that's pretty cool. Either way, I appreciate you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content from me. It really helps me out. And it feeds the all-loving, all-knowing algorithm. Thank you guys for watching me, and I'll see you later. Bye, guys!